You ever wake up one day and realize, wait a minute, I don't hate Mondays anymore? You're sipping black coffee from a mug that doesn't have a cartoon character on it. And the next day you check your bank account and instead of praying, you're planning. Your group chat has gone from wild party plans to stock picks and tax deductions, if that sounds even remotely like you. Congratulations. You're probably sneaking your way into the top 10%. That's why in today's video, we're revealing 15 subtle signs you're entering the top 10%, even if you don't realize it yet. Oh, and here's the thing. No one's going to give you a certificate in the mail that says, congrats, you're winning at life. Nope, doesn't work like that. Success is subtle. It's quiet. It creeps in through your habits, your mindset, and your priorities. So without wasting any more time, let's dive in. 15. You check your net worth more than your Instagram. This is the first point I want you to take from this video. If your Sunday ritual involves coffee, spreadsheets, and shouting, new personal best, when your net worth inches up, you're in elite territory. Normal folks check social media likes. Budding 10%ers check asset allocation pie charts. Look, we all love a good meme, but lately you're more excited about your portfolio than your feed. So, why does this matter? It goes like this. What gets measured gets managed. By tracking every dollar, basically you can spot money leaks faster than a toddler with a juice box. You've traded likes for dividends. And the fact of the matter is, scrolling through your net worth tracker is more satisfying than doom scrolling TikTok or Instagram. Oh, and speaking of upgrades, you might not flex on social media, but your lifestyle is quietly leveling up in other ways. 14. Your spending is intentional, not impulsive. Now, this is definitely something I've been wanting to tell you. Remember when every paycheck used to disappear faster than your willpower at a pizza buffet? Now, you think before you spend. You budget. You pause before buying that $9 coffee. And don't be fooled. You're not cheap, you're just strategic. Impulse buys are out. Wealth moves are in. But wait, you're also not just spending smarter, you're earning smarter too. Oh, and if you watch our series on the stealth wealth mindset and apply what I tell you, I guarantee you'll not only be a part of the top 10%, but your entire mindset on money will change forever. We've created specific videos and playlists breaking it all down. Just make sure to subscribe to the channel. 13. You're finding ways to make money while you sleep. Simply put, this means that if you've ever made money while binge watching Netflix, guess what? Welcome to the top 10% mentality. Whether it's dividends, cryptocurrency, rental income, or maybe a side hustle finally popping off, you've realized that time is money, and the goal is to earn without clocking in. First, it was a 9-to-5. Then, a rental property. Now, an Etsy side hustle selling minimalist budget planners. You've turned income into a hydra. Cut off one head, 2 more grow. Keep in mind what I'm about to tell you. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. You're at 4 and counting. Is that a coincidence? I think not. And guess what else? You're no longer allergic to the word invest. In fact. 12. You're investing like it's normal, not scary. Now let me explain to you the next thing, and I'll go over it quickly because I've explained it many times, and I'll explain it again in the next part of the video. Stocks, index funds, rental properties. Remember when you used to think that stuff was just for old men in suits? Now you're in it. You thought it was reserved only for trust fund babies and those born into money. Wall Street felt like another planet, and the stock market, a chaotic mess of graphs and jargon. But something shifted. You started learning, watching videos, reading books, asking questions. And now, investing is just something you do. You've automated your contributions. You've got ETFs, index funds, maybe even a diversified dividend portfolio. You know the difference between a Roth IRA and a 401k. You understand that volatility doesn't mean failure, it means opportunity. You're not playing the lottery with crypto or YOLOing into meme stocks anymore. You're building a financial foundation that compounds. And here's the secret sauce. It's not just about the money, it's about the identity. You now see yourself as an investor, someone who plants seeds, not just chases fruit. You're investing in stocks, real estate, maybe even in yourself through courses, books, or mentorship. Because you've realized the returns on knowledge often beat the S&P 500. What once seemed intimidating is now empowering. You've replaced fear with strategy, emotion with logic, panic with patience, and that's what separates dabblers from wealth builders. But the shift isn't just in your wallet, it's in your mindset. 11. You value time more than money. Once upon a time, you were at that stage of your life when you'd say yes to literally every opportunity, every shift, every hustle, just to make an extra dollar. Over time, you were there. Side gig at 11 p.m., sign you up. But now, you've had a shift. You've realized time is your most valuable asset. You can always earn more money, but you can't print more hours. You're no longer impressed by a packed schedule. You're impressed by a protected calendar. A few hours of focused, high-leverage work beats 14 hours of chaos. You're setting boundaries. You're guarding your mornings. You're not afraid to turn down short-term cash if it gets in the way of long-term goals. You're learning the art of saying no, not because you're lazy, but because you're laser-focused. You're prioritizing rest, recovery, and thinking time because you've learned that some of your most profitable ideas show up when you slow down. Walks, workouts, weekends unplugged, they're not luxuries anymore. They're part of your strategy. And delegation, it's your new best friend. You'd rather pay someone $20 an hour to do something that drains you so you can spend your time on something that pays $200 an hour or gives you peace of mind. This shift in perspective isn't small, it's seismic. It's what separates those who hustle endlessly from those who build with intention. And as your priorities shift, so do your conversations. Number 10, you're talking about ideas, not just people. The gossip? Boring. The drama? Exhausting. The constant rehashing of who said what and who did who wrong. A full-on energy drain. You've moved on. Now, your conversations are evolving. You're diving into business ideas, investment strategies, and mindset shifts. You're exchanging insights, not insults. Instead of texting, "Did you see what she posted?" You're sending podcasts, TED Talks, and YouTube videos that expand your mind. You've realized small minds talk about people. Average minds talk about events. But great minds? They talk about ideas. You're drawn to deep conversations, the kind that leave you feeling inspired, not drained. You catch yourself talking about AI, real estate, money psychology, or how to automate your side hustle. And when you find someone who's on that same wavelength, it's electric. You're curating your content diet too. Less TMZ, more CNBC, less trash TV, more masterclasses. You're not consuming for entertainment anymore. You're consuming for elevation. This doesn't mean you've become a robot. You still love a good laugh, but you want to grow. And you're starting to realize that your conversations are shaping your future. And speaking of books. 9, you read more books than you binge Netflix. Okay, maybe not more, but enough that your bookshelf has more personality than your Instagram grid. From best-selling books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad to The Psychology of Money, you're not just reading for fun, you're reading to win. You've discovered the insane ROI on reading. $15 can literally change your financial future if the right idea clicks. You highlight passages, you take notes, you start quoting authors like Morgan Housel and Naval Ravikant mid-conversation, like it's casual. And you've realized books are cheat codes, mentorship in paperback form. You're downloading decades of knowledge in hours and applying it to your own life with surprising speed. The stories, the lessons, the mindset shifts, they're rewiring how you think, how you save, how you invest, and how you plan. And that's how you know your mind is playing in the big leagues. But it's not just what you're putting in your brain, it's also what you're cleaning out. 8, you cut off toxic people without guilt. That one friend who always complains, the cousin who calls only when they need money, gone. You've realized your environment is your future, and you're curating your circle like your life depends on it. Because it kind of does. And please don't misunderstand me. It's not about being cold-hearted, it's about being clear-headed. The more you grow, the more you recognize energy vampires. People who drain your motivation, question your dreams, or laugh at your goals. And here's the wild part. Once you let them go, you don't even miss them. In fact, your peace of mind skyrockets. You find yourself surrounded by people who challenge you, inspire you, and cheer you on. You're not isolating yourself, you're insulating your ambition. Group chats switched from meme dumps to market trends. Brunch convos revolve around passive income, not passive-aggressive gossip. There's a saying I love, and you might have heard it before, but you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your average net worth graph is trending north. And once the distractions go, you start focusing on building. But What exactly are you building? 7. You're building something bigger than a paycheck. This is one of the things I mentioned to you in our previous video. Whether it's a side hustle, a brand, or an investment portfolio, you're not just working for Friday anymore. You're building for freedom. You're asking questions like, will this scale? Can this grow without me? How do I automate this? Your brain is in creator mode, and along the way, something weird happens. You start seeing through all the BS. 6. You don't fall for lifestyle flexes anymore. Once upon a time, the Lambo and the Rolex made your jaw drop. Now, you know better. You know what real wealth looks like. It's quiet. It's low-key. It's the guy in the plain black t-shirt who owns half the city. You're not impressed by flexing. You're impressed by freedom. Logomania is out. Stealth wealth is in. You've upgraded to timeless pieces. Think leather shoes resoled for life and jackets that age like fine wine. People compliment the cut, not the brand. I want you to think of it like you're the financial Batman. Style is sleek and functionality is lethal. Oh, and speaking of freedom, there's a specific kind of confidence you've developed. 5. You're no longer scared of uncertainty. Remember when you used to crave stability like it was oxygen, a steady paycheck, a 9-to-5 with benefits, a routine that didn't rattle your nerves? Now, you've realized that playing it safe can be the riskiest move of all. You welcome the unknown. You lean into challenges. You look at uncertainty not as danger, but as potential. You understand that every big win lives just past the edge of your comfort zone. Starting a business, switching careers, investing in that course that scares you a little, you've done it or you're about to. Your mindset has shifted from, I hope this works, to let's figure this out. You've developed emotional endurance. You can sit with discomfort. You can ride the waves. You trust your ability to adapt even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. And let's be real, most people never get this far. They live their lives in a bubble of predictability. You're building the skills, the confidence, and the grit that wealth requires. Uncertainty isn't the enemy anymore. It's a signal that you're stretching, growing, leveling up. And your financial habits? Yeah, those are starting to look real grown up, too. Number 4, you track your money like a CEO. Budgeting apps, expense categories, net worth charts, emergency fund, investments. You got it all. You treat your personal finances like it's a business. Because it is. You're no longer just guessing what happened to your last paycheck. You're analyzing it like a forensic accountant. You know your monthly burn rate, your investment returns, your emergency fund balance, and even your credit utilization rate. Every dollar has a job. Every expense has a category. You've built dashboards, color-coded spreadsheets, or maybe you're on a first-name basis with your budgeting app of choice. You've adopted the mindset of a CEO, forward-looking, data-driven, and strategic. You don't just track your past spending, you forecast, you budget by goals, and you constantly adjust. And let's not forget the emotional side. Tracking your money gives you control. Instead of money happening to you, it's working for you. This habit alone separates you from the masses who just try to survive until payday. You're planning for payday, tax day, and wealth building every day. 3, you buy assets before liabilities. You don't chase trends, you chase returns. Before you buy the new iPhone, you're thinking, can I invest in Apple first? You're not living broke trying to look rich. You're investing like the rich while living modestly. Basically, you've become allergic to depreciating toys like brand new cars or $500 Gucci belts. Instead of that $1,000 iPhone upgrade, you're hunting for rental properties and ETFs on sale. Friends splurge on designer belts. You buy dividend aristocrats that could pay for 10 Gucci belts every year, and even your definition of rich is changing. 2, you're more focused on freedom than flexing. You're not trying to prove anything to anyone. You're focused on freedom. Time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, the yacht can wait. Right now, you just want your time back. But let's go deeper, because this shift is more profound than it seems. You used to be impressed by flash, the watches, the vacations, the 6-figure cars. But now, you realize that most of that is rented confidence. You're not about flexing liabilities, you're about owning assets. Quietly, confidently, and consistently. Freedom for you means not having to ask a boss for time off, being able to say no to clients who drain your energy, spending your Tuesday afternoon however the hell you want, and still getting paid. You've realized that real wealth isn't about what you show. It's about what you don't have to do. You don't need the flashy suit or the $300 dinner. You need peace, time, leverage, and options. And while others chase clout, you're chasing clarity. And finally, the clearest sign of all. 1. You're thinking long-term, not just this month. You're not just trying to survive the month. You're planning years ahead. And most of all, you're not living paycheck to paycheck anymore. You're living plan to plan. Instead of obsessing over what's due Friday, you're strategizing for 5 years from now. You're thinking about how today's choices affect your future self, and you're actually acting on it. You're building an emergency fund that could survive a zombie apocalypse. You're investing with retirement in mind, not just a Vegas weekend. And you're stacking assets like a chess player lining up a checkmate 3 moves ahead. You're asking questions like, how can I build generational wealth? What legacy am I leaving behind? Will this decision still make sense in 10 years? And you're not just thinking about money, you're thinking about systems. You're setting up recurring investments, building businesses that scale, and surrounding yourself with people who talk about decades, not weekends. This is top 10% thinking, delayed gratification, strategic patience, and compounding results. You're not after fast cash, you're after forever money. And the beautiful part? The longer your vision gets, the clearer your path becomes. So, how many of these signs hit home? If you're nodding along to even a handful of these, you're not just dreaming about wealth, you're doing the work. You're shifting your mindset, upgrading your habits, and planting the seeds that put you on the path to the top 10%. And the best part? You're doing it quietly, without needing to post every move or shout every win. That's how real wealth is built. Oh, and as a matter of fact, it's not just about entering the top 10%. True generational wealth requires thinking like the rich, and we've created an entire video to reshape your mindset. Just click the video on the screen, and we'll see you there.